Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced, with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
It's time to go one-on-one with DP. Coming at you live from the Coppel Chevrolet GMC studios. Here is your host, Derek Pearson. Presented by Beatrice Bakery on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Yeah, it's Friday. Lots going on. NBA playoffs, NFL draft day 2 coming up. Weather's not participating. There should have been some Husker baseball series here. It's supposed to rain all weekend, but we'll deal with that. Welcome to the fastest hour in sports radio. One-on-one sponsored by Allo. Today, greatly appreciate the folks from Allo for doing what they do. This is simple. You've heard about all the finer things in life, but have you experienced the fiber things with Allo? Uninterrupted movies, crushed deadlines, smart devices, backyard video calls. These are a few of my favorite things. Choose Allo for reliability. That is just one internet connection away. Call Allo today, 402-480-6550, or chat with them online at allofiber.com. Again, thank the folks from Beatrice Bakery for making this hour of sports radio happen every single day. Greatly appreciated as well. You guys know the deal. Starter Heyman text line, Honda Lincoln hotline, 402-464-5685. If you want to join in, and on the Honda Lincoln hotline, we have a dude, Rico, as we prepare ourselves for this hour of radio. Let's hit this man's music.
Here's a guy that gives them more depth at UNLV. Everett Gray brings 9 points off the bench for Coach Tarkanian.
In less than 20 minutes of play in the game.
Here he'll have a chance. Oh, as he goes up for the dunk, Miller takes a piece of the arm. Two on Miller now. Team foul number 5. Here's another basketball player with a baseball background. He was a third-round pick of the Astros in '87 was Everett Gray.
Let's bring him in, former running rebel, and I love the fact that we get to have the conversation today. Eric Strickland in studio, Everett Gray on the phone line, and as Nancy just pointed out, you got a dude that had the baseball background, a high-level basketball background, was an all-state wide receiver. There are very few three-sport elite dudes, and I got 2 of them at the same time. Everett Gray, how you doing, brother?
I am good. What's up, Strick?
What's going on, Everett? Always a pleasure, my friend.
Yeah, it's funny, right? So through all this time, there aren't many of you. You guys are unicorns.
Right.
I mean,
well, the thing I really, Strick, I don't know about baseball. I wish it was more of us playing baseball. And I don't know where it went left with baseball.
Listen, go ahead. Finish that.
No, yeah, my first sport was baseball. Because I was Strick, I went from 5'7" to 6'5" in one summer. So I was looking for something else to do. I wasn't going to be a basketball player because I was a little dude. So baseball was my first sport. And I grew those inches over one summer. And then, I had to do other sports. But I'm really disappointed in African-American baseball players. I wish it was more. I wish it was more playing.
Yeah, Everett, I think sometimes it becomes the stigma of the way it's been presented in media. It doesn't come across as glamorous, so to speak. It doesn't come across as sexy, so to speak. Right. So a lot of us don't really get involved, and it's sad. And then in the inner cities, there's really hasn't been a lot of quality type of programs or even fields, right? I mean, a lot of them are playing. I mean, just imagine like in the inner cities of some of those places that are not well kept, and then they have gopher holes in them, and you're in the outfield. You're trying to feel. I mean, I personally would look at that as a situation that makes you better, right? You've got all these tricky hops. You would become so good at fielding the ball, both in the infield and the outfield, that it becomes easy when you get on the surfaces that you're going to be able to play on at other levels, right? That's the way my mind thinks. But yeah, you're right. I just think it wasn't sexy. But go ahead.
Well, no, it was. I was a little spoiled. I mean, we was an inner city team, but we had nice fields. I can admit that our fields were pretty nice, Trick. And growing up, they put some time and effort into our fields and our facilities where I grew up in South Central LA.
That's blessed.
And there was a lot of kids playing baseball back there.
Mm-hmm.
And then I remember this one. I'm like, dude, one year they made us a team that was blue. I'm like, you guys know where we live at?
Mm-hmm.
You know, we can't wear a blue uniform.
Right.
I grew up in the Blood neighborhood, so we was like, no, we're not gonna be that. Make us the A. You know, something really neutral,
off color, right?
You know, right. So, but you know, I miss baseball. I mean, I get it's a little expensive, but it's not as not expensive as say hockey or something like that. But I really wish more of us would play baseball because it's a great sport. I know the other thing, Strick. The other thing too, professionally too. Baseball, you got to go to minor leagues and you got to work your way up. NBA, football is pretty easy. NBA, if you don't make it, you're in the G League, and you can either get a call up or whatever like that. Much easier to get to the bag than baseball.
Facts. And one of the other parts of it too, man, is for me is that I personally think that baseball is one of the most skilled sports. And here's why. You remember that back in those days, man, we used to literally play with whatever ball we could, rocks. We played with rocks and sticks or tennis balls and little pieces of wood. You know, whatever. We didn't have bats and stuff like that. So we would get out in the neighborhood in the little cul-de-sacs, and we would get after it all day. And so you're right. I mean, baseball was the sport of fun. I think I loved it, but it just for the way that I've been seeing it and what I've been hearing is like you said. I mean, like you were saying, it's the root. The root is a grind, and when you start hearing about it in the media and the perception of it, you become like it's the beer drinker, fat stomach. It's not sexy. It's the beer drinking sport where the fat boy can play and you want to be the sexy one that the honeys are looking at. You want to be able, to do that. And I think that's a misconception personally, because I think baseball makes the biggest bag long term all the way around.
Oh, for sure. They make a lot of money. They play more games, but they make a lot of money, and it's guaranteed. Their money is guaranteed too. So hopefully we can get more participation from African Americans to play baseball, because I really like basketball. Watching baseball. I go down to San Diego. When we caught a game against Atlanta last week, 2 weeks ago. I'm sorry, with my daughter. It was great to spend some time with her, just watch a baseball game. And it was and Atlanta has some color on their team, and it was cool to see that too. So. Hopefully they can hopefully we can get some more kids participating.
Ev, I want to ask, as we get into the NBA playoffs in depth, when now the matchups really start to look interesting and to do this thing, people want to talk about the state of the NBA. Where the NBA is the game softer? Is the game more skilled? Is the game easier to watch, more difficult to watch? You and Strick both played in an era where the grind was real. Right, the level of players, like when you played with Jordan, played against him, Strick played against him. What's the state of the game to you? I'll ask you two old heads. Is the game more skilled? Is it softer, faster, stronger? What is it?
Strick, I don't know, Strick. I think you got a chuckle out of this when the playoffs. All of a sudden, the league let them play a little bit.
You hit it. You hit it right on the head.
And KD did not like that. Facts. KD didn't like that. Now, some of the old heads talk about how soft it is, but the NBA let them play a little bit. And Katie did not like it. And it was the physical part of it he did not like, and that's why he struggled. He couldn't move like he normally do. So I was all for it. I was like, who? And you know, and Strick, you know, whenever you do a Scott Foster game, he's the worst referee ever.
Oh my gosh.
And I swear he got naked pictures of whoever in the NBA because he was
Right.
part of that Tim Donaghy thing.
Right.
He was part of it. But he kept his job.
How?
But I have no clue. I would like to find out because the era I was doing my 10 days, and during that time, Strick, they were in the CBA and going up and down as referees. So I used to travel with these dudes, Monty McCutcheon,
Yeah.
you know, Scott Foster, Ed Malloy, all those guys. And it's weird. Whenever I see a Scott Foster game, it's gonna be some
mess
There's gonna
in
be
it.
some stuff to it.
Yeah. Bad
but they let them play a
call,
little bit.
a phantom reach, or something like that. Yeah, facts.
Mm-hmm. Right, but they let them play. They were a little physical. KD didn't like being played physical, and you know Boston was really they got size because you know KD and Jason Tatum and the Brown kid all the same size, but they was into him, made him uncomfortable, and I kind of like it. They changed it a little bit. Is it more skilled, DP? Yes, it's more skilled now, but if you're allowed to be a little bit physical, I liked it. I like it a lot when they were being physical, and then you got to go to Plan B. Some of these guys don't have Plan B because they're used to be moving with like space and pace, and no one touching them, and it was kind of refreshing. And I actually watched the first round strict because they let them be physical.
Me too. I think what you're saying is hit it right on the nail head as to the way that it's even kind of sparked my interest again. But I will say that, yes, I think what you're saying, space and pace, has made it more skillful because you're able to play a lot more. It provides for guys like James Harden to do all of that pat and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm up in you. You're not patting. You either got to be downhill, one or two move in and out at the basket because there's someone coming, and they're not coming to do just to block your shot. They come in. If they block it, they come in to take your head off too. So you don't got time to be trying to figure out all the stuff you're gonna do. You got to figure out who's coming, where they coming from, where the next play is. Is it to go up? Do I need to lean into this one to create a good body contact to get balance so that I don't fall into the stanchion somewhere? Or do I need to make that pass out to the wing or to the corner based on where the rotation man's coming from? So we're more cerebral, I think, and we have more, I think, more fundamentally sound principle to the way that we played because we didn't feel we had to do all of that. It's 1-2 moves. We didn't have to dribble 20 times to get where we needed to get to. I'm saying 2 moves to here, I'm in mid-range. If you don't get here to challenge me, I'm with a hezzy and I'm by you classic. That's kind of the way my thoughts was, right? And now they're doing all these extra other stuff. So that's what it changed it for me.
Well, the thing is that some of these guys had to adjust to the refereeing too, and they had no clue. I mean, but those Boston guys, man, I like Boston strict because they got a bunch of two-way guys.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, and strict, you always got to have one crazy dude on the team. Every team that's winning, they got a crazy dude. So Marcus Smart is my guy.
Yeah,
I love Marcus Smart.
Yeah, me too.
My guy, he's a two-way kid. Jason Tatum. And the thing is that Boston just drafted the right dudes. And Ime is doing a great job. He outcoached.
Majorly.
Major.
Steve Nash. No adjustments.
Steve Nash. He totally outcoached him.
Totally.
And it was sad, but hopefully Steve learned from that.
Yeah.
And hopefully he'll get better from that. But I like it. I like the Memphis and Minnesota series because my boy Pat Bev, you never know what he's gonna do. He's hilarious, but every team needs one crazy guy. And I like that when it goes 7.
That's what Strick just said.
I like that when it goes. Yep.
Yeah. Strick was all over that one. I'll ask of this next group of series that are in play. Right? Phoenix, Dallas, Miami, Philly, Milwaukee, Boston, and then Golden State and whoever. Which one jumps out at you as the most interesting?
I like the Milwaukee Boston one. That's the one I'm not gonna miss a game, you know, and just the matchups and see how the adjustments, you know, just like what we just talked about. Steve didn't make any adjustments, Strick, right? He just was like, all right, keep doing what you're doing. We got the better player. And it doesn't work that way in the playoffs. Every possession is tough.
Yeah.
You got to pay attention to every possession. So this next series with Boston and Milwaukee, that's the one I'm looking for, DP. The matchups, and they're going to put Tatum on, they're going to put Brown on them, or maybe Horford on them. The thing is that the kid that was hurt, Williams, is that his last name?
Mm-hmm.
I think he's going to guard Giannis a little bit too. They're going to throw a bunch of bodies at Giannis. Not having Chris Middleton hurt with his size is going to hurt a little bit. But it's going to be, I think it's going to go 6 or 7 straight. It's going to be a great series. Marcus Smart might get into it with Holiday. And I love Holiday too. He's an LA kid. And people don't realize, I always say this, DP, he's about 6'5", 6'6".
Yeah.
He can guard 1 through 3.
Yeah.
He's a top defender too. So, and you know, and the crazy uncle at the barbecue, if he plays well, Bobby Portis, he's another crazy guy on the team. And if he comes out and making threes and spreading the floor, it'll be an interesting series for Boston. But I can't wait for that series.
Strick, which one intrigues you the most between those? Miami, Philly, Milwaukee, Boston, Phoenix, Dallas.
We're cut from the same cloth. I mean, that's the 1-2 for me. Boston was the most intriguing, and it reminded me, it was very reminiscent of the team that we had back when it was me, Paul Pierce, Antoine Walker, Eric Williams, Vitaly Potapenko, Tony Battie. And so like Tony Battie to me was like Tice, or even Williams Jr. or Williams III. He was like that. Eric Williams was like the guy, the roughneck guy that, you know, hey, if you mess with him, it's on and popping. I'm like Marcus Smart. Antoine and Paul was like, you know, Brown and but listen, we got in your jockstrap. Like look, everybody picked us to be last in the division that year, and we got in you, and we ended up with the second best record in the East, third as far as the seeding. But that's the toughness and the grit and the roughness. My problem was I was worried that they wouldn't be able to keep them together, Brown and Tatum, that they wouldn't understand and learn how to work off of each other, that there would be that new wave mentality that some of these young guys have. I'm the OG, I'm the guy, you know, type of thing. But and being the same age, that they wouldn't be able to work that out. They figured it out, and now I think they're tough. I think that's the series I'm most intrigued with. Reason being also because I hate that Middleton went down. I think Milwaukee had an opportunity if Middleton didn't go down. Right. With that, I think that poses a major problem. Interested to see how far Booker can last in the other series. That'd be my 1B.
And Luka's playing at a different level.
Luka's next, and Jalen Brunson is in his bag. He's chasing his money right now.
He already got it.
Oh shoot! Hey, shoot, yo. I'm loving everything about the young fella. Lefty getting busy, getting money. And they got so much balance. And I think that Dunwoody pickup was huge for them.
Can anybody in the West beat Golden State playing at the level they're playing
at? I don't know about that right now. Golden State look good, bro. They look good.
No, I mean, if Devin is somewhat close to 100, I mean, I know he played last night, but I was very surprised. But by him playing, I think it gave him a couple more days strict to rest that hammy. But that's the only one that can probably beat them is Phoenix if they're 100%. And we all know that Chris is one push off with his hamstring. He always has issues with his hamstring. And I'm not wishing that on that, but it is the track record. It is what it is. If he stays healthy, they stay healthy, that Western Conference Finals is going to be great. It's going to be a great matchup. And I think that if Devin is close to 100, they have a shot.
This is why I wanted you two old heads to get in, because of basketball talk for me, you guys think about it, you process it differently than most of us.
It's crazy. I'm telling you, me and Everett cut from the same cloth, because that is the same thing I said on the block last night. I said the reason being that I love what Devin Booker's doing is because he's saying, I'm going to change the way that they're going to have to play us. They're going to have to make an adjustment. With me playing, they're going to have to make an adjustment. Even though he may not be able to give them what Devin Booker give them, he still gave them, 5 for 12?
Yep.
Solid, just hit a couple big shots. Didn't have to handle it as much as he normally does off those, them dribble handoff situations, DHPs. So for me, he had the biggest sack. Meaning, when you look at Zion Williamson and you look at what's the other cat that didn't play? Ben Simmons. You look at those cats, soft as cottonelle to me, because he looked at this situation and said, my team needs me. He's sitting there watching. My team needs me. This can't go 7, because then it's trouble. It's pressure. So let me go out here and give them something right now. Give us the rest we need. It'll get about 3-4 days. That'll give me some more time. And then boom, we might be able to do something. That's the same thing I just said, bro. So that's why I know we cut from the same cloth.
Well, the other thing too, DP and Strick, the other thing with the matchup with Golden State with Phoenix is tough for Steph Curry. Now Steph's gonna have to guard somebody.
Facts.
So now, because of Devin's back, that means Clay usually is a little protector when it comes to that. And now I know it's Jordan Poole plays a little bit, but he's not ready for what he's about to see in the playoffs to go to the finals. So that means Steph might have to guard Chris Paul. That means somebody had to guard Markel Bridges, the Bridges kid, Bridges. And that means you can't hide Steph. Steph's going to have to play both sides of the floor. And that's going to be an issue for not going forward, but it's going to be. I want to see Steph guard another really good player instead of hiding him all the time, and that's the matchup problems that Golden State will have. And Draymond tried to guard Jokic, but he still averaged 30. He had 32 and 16, and
And if they hit any shots, Everett, if they hit any shots, they win that game, bro.
Yeah, and I don't think he can guard Aiden, because Aiden's even bigger than Jokic, and they're gonna go old school and throw that ball right inside. They're gonna throw some pick and rolls and put Draymond in a bad situation, and Chris is gonna throw the ball up to Aiden. It's gonna be a bunch of dunks, but I would like to see that matchup because I want to see Steph play defense.
Yeah, it's gonna be good stuff. Listen, Ev, go do what you do, man. I appreciate you, Strick. I know you got somewhere to be. We need to get you in that spot that you need to get to. So we will throw the break here. I appreciate the two old school heads here on One-on-One. We'll be right back.
Download our app by searching 93.7 The Ticket in your app store. You're listening to One-on-One with DP on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Are you tired of lousy internet and faceless customer service? It's time to experience local, honest, hassle-free, and exceptional. That's the Allo Promise. We not only provide crazy fast fiber internet, crystal clear TV, and dependable phone service, but we choose to become a part of the communities that we serve and love when everyone calls or stops by our store to say hello. So don't settle for mediocre, settle for exceptional with Allo. Visit us at allofiber.com/local.
Husker fans, continue to support the Nebraska softball team during Fan Appreciation Weekend, May 6th through the 8th. The team hosts Indiana in a 3-game series with giveaways each day. On Friday, the first 500 fans receive a water bottle. Come out Saturday and be one of the first 500 fans to receive a blanket. And on Sunday, if you're one of the first 500 fans, you'll get a pint glass. Saturday's game is also Senior Day and is free admission for everyone. For more information, visit Huskers.com. Get your single game tickets now at Huskers.com/tickets or call 1-800-8-BIG-RED.
Your home should not be a zoo to unwelcomed animals. Let the experts at Bats to Rats take care of those problems. Dane has been a leader in wildlife and pest management and prevention in Lincoln and the surrounding area for 15 years. He can help you get rid of bats, rodents, and anything else. Whether it's residential or commercial buildings, schools, apartments, or churches, they're always a phone call away. Call today at 402-310-0904 or visit batstorats.com. Bats to Rats Wildlife Control and Prevention.
We all make choices about alcohol. Kids make choices whether to drink or not.
Bye, Dad. Remember, I'm going to Alex's party tonight and sleeping over.
Hey, remind me about that party again?
And adults make choices whether to talk about it. That's true of parents and every other trusted adult in a kid's life. Kids want to know our expectations, and they want honest answers in everyday conversations. So talk with your kids and help lead them on a positive path.
Sponsored by DHHS and aired in cooperation with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
Find great deals now on new Rams, Jeeps, and more during Ram Truck Month and the Jeep Celebration event at Baxter Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Shop our entire inventory of new and certified pre-owned vehicles anytime. At Baxter, we put you in the driver's seat.
Southeast Community College is training tomorrow's workforce today with our nearly 60 career and technical programs. We are doing our part to help employers fill vacancies during this current labor shortage, graduating students with skill sets employers are seeking. We're also helping to upskill the workforce by adding short-term credentials like certificates in many programs so that employees can get retraining quickly. Learn more about upskilling with SCC at southeast.edu/academics. SCC, your path to possible.
An Empire Fence is an investment in your home. This year, use your tax return to make that investment. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and security while improving the appearance of your home. Visit empire-fence.com to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home. With your tax return on the way, schedule your project now. Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric ensures our home and office HVAC systems run smoothly throughout the year to provide maximum comfort and convenience. Routine maintenance reduced our operating costs just by improving the efficiency of our unit. Consider a maintenance agreement to ensure you too receive priority for services and scheduling. This helps meet manufacturer warranty requirements. Action delivers honest quality services we can count on. To learn more, visit actionlincoln.com.
Back to One-on-One with DP, presented by Beatrice Bakery on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
One-on-one. Got a Hall of Famer in the room. He's going to stay one more segment. And you just appreciate Eric Strickland, Husker Basketball Hall of Famer. I want to talk to you about some real life stuff because this is craziness to me that we have lost focus. We have lost focus. You were a walk-on at the University of Nebraska. Is that a statement of truth?
Yeah, in essence, yes.
Right? Why?
Because I played baseball, and my amateur status was retained in all other sports except baseball. So I couldn't come here and play for the Nebraska Cornhusker baseball team. That eliminated. So in essence, the Marlins, in their bonus to me, also part of my signing bonus was that they would take care of my school. So in essence, I paid for myself because it was part of, the deal that I had professionally, but yet it was as if I was on a scholarship.
So imagine this, that at that time you also would have been able to be in business in full.
Yeah.
And for a guy who goes out, wins the Big 12 championship in basketball.
Big 8.
Big 8. Sorry,
we don't associate.
Sorry about that. Then you walk out. Then you walk out, and you go to football practice. You put the pads on. You get a taste of it, right? You already had the legend that was your high school career. Like there's a legacy involved in that.
Okay.
Right? You were known.
Yeah.
Respected. Thought well of. I would imagine that the boosters thought highly of the fact that you would play basketball while not taking a scholarship.
I mean, and that's pretty cool because actually I was an ambassador for the university. So I would travel and meet all the boosters and all the presidents of banks and all that stuff. So yeah.
So couple of things.
Are we UIL talking?
Yeah, we are. Yeah.
Or NIL. I'm sorry, not UIL.
Well,
That's
no. The way people are doing it is UIL.
Oh,
okay. But the business that is taking place now under the umbrella of NIL has always taken place. Those meetings, those handshakes, those envelopes, those bags have always happened. You don't have to speak. I'm not asking you to speak of you. I'm not asking you to see if you. Well,
Nebraska has been the cleanest program I've ever been associated with. So I don't know nothing about it.
What are you doing right now?
It's the cleanest program in the nation by far.
No, this is what I'm talking about.
Bags don't exist in the state of Nebraska.
That part. Okay, no, take us there. Take us there.
I'm laughing at both of y'all right now. So, business, the business of sport has always been there. The rules and guidelines have always been there.
Yeah.
Like back in the 90s, they would tell you the business that you could do and the business that you could not do. That's no different than it is now. What's supposed to happen now is transparency.
Yeah.
Tracking. Statements out loud. I would imagine that if you walked into college athletics right now, you would have an advantage being from the state, being an all-state performer in several sports, having all of the tape and news accolades that you could have, that you could do business, and that there were people that would find doing business with you interesting and appealing.
I would venture to say I could see that. I could understand that.
So why would people not want you to be able to do business in full?
Okay, I mean, I'll look at it from this standpoint. It would be no different for me than I think I can. This is the way I'll try to break it down.
Okay,
in layman's terms, there's a lot of great Hall of Fame, tremendous NBA players that have paved the way for the NBA to become what it is and what it has become today. Those NBA players had to fly on regular flights, wake up at 2-3 in the morning after playing a game and getting finished and getting showered, getting out, maybe hanging out, maybe doing what they do while they're out, and get on a plane early in the morning, go to the next city and play another game and do the same thing all over again on a 7-day road trip. Whereas now we get on a charter flight right after the game, get in late,
full menu.
They used to roommate,
custom food.
We now custom food, bring it to you, get per diem. Per diem dang near was trick off money.
240.
240 we
now.
used to just stack them things. It was like 90 when I was in. So you look at it now. I was cheap. See what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's where I'm going. You see where I'm going?
Yep.
So for me, I had to literally tell my Mom, if you would have just waited about 10 years, you and Dad, just about 10 years, we'd be about 60 to 80 million right now. So I say that to say there could be a lot of hatred about it. There could be a lot of envy, animosity, especially even from the old players that have been here that have put the banners in the Sears trophies in them doggone thing to say, good gosh. And these cats are able to get pizza, go out, eat steak, do all that stuff that we couldn't do. So I can venture to say I can understand that, especially from a regular student, previous students, where there could be a little bit of animosity about that.
But then we would say, So with the contract, the LeBron contracts, the Ja Morant contracts, the
Patrick Mahomes
the
contract.
Mahomes contract
with ownership of the baseball team.
right, which was different than Lynn Dawson, who won who won a Super Bowl. That is the natural progression of things, and this is just the natural progression of things.
Right.
Like today's NBA rookies will make more in their original contract than Julius Erving made in his entire
career.
Mm-hmm. That's the way it works.
Mm-hmm.
That current Husker players will play in front of a crowd twice the size of those back in the day of people who just played for nickels and dimes.
Let me throw something at you real quick.
Mm-hmm.
The money went a little bit longer. So is it really that you're making more, or is it that you're just getting more and it's still not worth as much? So I'm just throwing it out there because it was like 99 cent gas back then.
Right, but you also kept your money because you didn't know more money was coming.
Yeah, facts.
Right? The phrase, I remember my grandfather always talking about that he would take a lesser job if it was a more steady job. So the whole point of steady work was an Americanism. It was a thing that you did. That's not the case now.
Yeah.
Now, large volume, people are making millions of dollars for not doing anything in particular.
Right.
And people get mad about it. Within college athletics, we have to pay respect to the fact that business is now being done. It's just being done in the open. And for all the businesses done in the open, there's more private business being done.
Right.
Like, I'm okay with my thing is I hope. Here's my hope. That people allow student athletes to not be poor.
Like it?
I don't know why so many people want college athletes poor. I don't understand why you want anybody poor.
Mm-hmm.
So every time there's an opportunity for people to change their location, elevation in life, generationally, I cheer for it. I cheer for it. And that's what's happening. When you have millionaire coaches and millionaire boosters and millionaire administrators have the opportunity to go to poor, disenfranchised communities, pull talent from those communities, and then still ask them not to be functionally, economically settled. It's a weird process to me. It's a weird thinking.
Yeah.
It's a weird thing.
I agree.
So I just want to say, before you jump on NIL, it's making things bad. No. It's been what it's always been.
I think it has been unequal. I think the process has been unequal. Big business of the NCAA. Like even right now, what is the relevancy of the NCAA right now? To be honest,
it's trying to figure
all
out
this because
it's trying to figure it out.
It's why are you paying $3 million to the head of NCAA right now?
Well, there was some talk that the NCAA will be gone in 3 years.
What's the
4
relevancy?
years,
yeah.
Right? And there are people who are scrambling, people who have always made money because of it,
Mm-hmm.
who could lose those jobs. And nothing moves people like the fear of losing your high-paying job. Like this is what's happening here, and it happens within the programs within the NCAA.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You got new leadership coming. Hopefully, folks have said maybe Gavitt is the guy to take over for Emmert because of what he's done with March Madness and such. We'll see. But I think it's fantastic that through it all, on a day like today, day 2 of the NFL draft, there are players who have been a part of the NIL process who will now get a chance to they've made the decision. They want to go pro, be a professional. They want to go to the next level. That today will answer some questions about the Nebraska program. It'd be nice to hear some Huskers names called today, early.
Mm-hmm.
We'll accept tomorrow, but it'd be really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Just remember the buzz that happened when Delano Banton went in the second round of the NBA draft and how it felt for the Nebraska basketball program. Multiply that by 4 if you can get some of these guys taken today. It's a big day because it'll change the way business will be done. And then tomorrow's a huge day. Look, we've talked about it at it. But O'Shawn Mathis' decision tomorrow will bring so many different discussions next week. Because if it works, it sets a new standard. If it doesn't work, it also sets a new standard. So
either way, a new standard.
Right? A new way of doing business. All compliments of a young man from Texas. Yeah. So there's that. We'll throw the break. We'll close out one-on-one and hand it over to the captain for Sean Jackson. Will take us from 11 to 2 here on 93.7 The Ticket.
Watch live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. You're listening to One-on-One with DP on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Are you worried about storm damage causing issues with your basement? F Foundation Repair fixes basements with supreme waterproofing and exact concrete leveling for residential or commercial clients. They service wet basements, leaky walls, damp crawl spaces, bowing or cracked bricks or drywall, and more. Whether you're in Southeast Nebraska, the Tri-Cities area, or Northeast Kansas, they'll easily make the trip to you. Get a free evaluation today by visiting WeFixBasements.com or call 402-804-1024. F Foundation Repair. We fix basements.
Hello, I'm Charlie Stone, back with the latest news from Honda of Lincoln. Joining me now is the general manager, Andy Goodyear. Hey, Andy, how you doing?
I'm doing great, Charlie.
Hey, Andy, with spring right around the corner, how is your supply of new Hondas and pre-owned vehicles?
Really good, Charlie. As I've said before, when you drive by our lot, you don't see what you're looking for, just remember we have hundreds of new Hondas arriving soon, with Honda continuing to offer 0.9% APR financing to qualified buyers. Plus, we have over 125 pre-owned vehicles in stock and ready for immediate delivery.
That's great, Andy. Any more great news?
There is, Charlie. Honda just announced financing from 0.99% APR on certified pre-owned Hondas for qualified buyers.
So come experience the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business. 27th and Yankee Hill Road or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now they've raised wages again and they're hiring for production operators at $22.07 per hour and other select jobs starting at $23.77 per hour, with wages growing up to $29.71 per hour. Continental also has salaried jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates. To learn more or to apply, go to continental-jobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
Husker fans, your Nebraska softball team is competing for the 2022 Big Ten regular season title. There are 3 more chances to support your Huskers at home during Fan Appreciation Weekend, May 6th through the 8th. The team hosts Indiana in a 3-game series with giveaways each day. For more information on promotions, visit Huskers.com. Get your single-game tickets now at Huskers.com/tickets or call 1-800-8-BIG-RED.
What does better service mean? At Allo, it means that you get the best fiber internet available at prices that work for you. Better service means installers who show up on time. Better service means no billing shenanigans. Better service means a real person answers the phone. If you're not paying for better service, what are you paying for? Get Allo. Get better service. Switch today at allofiber.com/better service.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket every Saturday morning now in our new time. We're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. It's soul food right here in Lincoln. Ribs, wings, catfish, coleslaw, cornbread, grits. I mean, I'd say it's food like your grandma used to make, but my grandma never made food like that. If you haven't already, you've got to give it a try. Check out their location across from South Point at 27th and Pine Lake, or find their food truck at events all over town, or visit them online at maryellens.com to see the full menu. Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. Let them fix you a plate.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring. I wasn't sure what I was getting into.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out of Starter Heyman with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful. I absolutely love my ring. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman. Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
Yeah, it was great. We're
definitely coming back.
Sauter Heyman Jewelers, Lincoln and Grand Island. SauterHeyman.com.
You can search online for hours to find the best electricians in Lincoln and the surrounding area, but I'll save you time. High Electric has been serving their customers for 30 years for both residential and commercial properties. They're experts in everything electrical, from remodeling to new additions, hot tub installations, electric vehicle chargers or EV chargers, lighting, ceiling fans, and more. High Electric takes jobs from Beatrice to Omaha and all towns, big or small, in between. Call them today at 402-466-6606 or learn more at highelectric.com.
Find great deals now on new Rams, Jeeps, and more during Ram Truck Month and the Jeep Celebration event at Baxter Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Shop our entire inventory of new and certified pre-owned vehicles anytime.
At Baxter, we put you in the driver's seat.
You're listening to One on One with DP, brought to you by Beatrice Bakery on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It's Friday. It's raining out, gray. But I say, put your face paint on. Mousse up your hair. Get yourself some curls in. Tie the muscles up so it's nice and veiny. Put some string on your boot. Raise your hands to the warrior gods. Sprint to the ring. Run into your office. Grab the chair or the desk and shake it.
Hold on, you ready? Shake the camera.
That's how you should go to work every day.
Just sprint into your job.
Right? Like just
grab your boss.
Right? You run to each desk, right? And you make the face. Like you run to each person and just stare at them.
Oh, yeah. That's what Cam Jurgens would do if he was in Vegas.
That's like, I think that's the new way they should do the NFL draft.
Just sprint out.
Like, don't wear, like, you can be in a suit, but then I need for them to flex and like hulk out the suit and like shred
Somebody's got to do that someday, right?
And then sprint to the stage. Like sprint to the stage with the commissioner.
Who would have been the perfect person this year to wear a sleeveless suit? Hutchinson
was the perfect guy to just when
actually,
they announced him, and he just full most muscular pose.
Like he knew that he was going to go to Detroit, and he had like the just like the blue.
He had like a Lions logo on his bicep, right? Yeah. And he flexes it at the monitor, and then he runs up in the commissioner, and he just runs a circle around the commissioner.
It was
like
almost...
just running like in a full circle, like the commissioner's there with the jersey.
The commissioner had just been sitting there like,
and he's just running around. He's just running around.
He's always so awkward when some of the people, like with Kayvon Thibodeau the other day, he did like the little. And then he like went to hug him, and Kayvon was like, "I'm not gonna hug you."
I don't know. No, but like Hayden, Hutchinson should have just run and found the Vikings desk and jumped on it and like smashed the desk and kicked everything off, and then go find the Bears and then kick the desk
break
over,
it in half, find the Packers and flip it over.
Right, like it should have been the full on.
Screw your war room. I know you're not gonna take a skill position player for Rodgers anyways. I don't care. You never do.
It would have been amazing. Okay, so I'm gonna set it on fire before I leave.
Are you?
I am.
Oh.
I am.
Okay. I'm scared. I feel like I should take myself off the screen. I don't know if I want to be associated with whatever's about to happen.
With that.
You know what?
No. I just want your facial expression. I just want your facial expression.
Just take myself off. No, I'll put myself.
Okay. So with all the NIL and all this stuff, right? So we figured that there's like $500,000 or above or less.
I really don't want to do this.
In play for O'Shawn Mathis. And we don't know what the number is. And okay, speculation. And then there's so many guys. So you got basketball players who grew up here, who went other places, and they're coming back. And everybody has a number now.
Mm-hmm.
Now let's ponder that for a minute. That every athletic program, student athlete, family,
Mm-hmm.
all have a number.
Yes.
And we are about to find out what those numbers are. Because let's just say, for the sake of discussion, that there is a player, a student athlete who excelled here in Nebraska, but did not choose Nebraska. Okay? It didn't choose Nebraska.
I'm
originally.
about to take myself off.
No. And didn't choose Nebraska. And they went somewhere else and they had some level of success.
Okay.
But maybe they're not receiving the NIL support that they could receive here at Nebraska.
Okay.
And then imagine that Nebraska said, hey, we missed out on you on the first rotation.
We're not doing it again.
We're not going to miss out on you again. What's your number? What is the number that makes you leave where you are to come home?
Okay.
Do you want to know what your number would be?
What my number would be?
Yeah. So let's say you were all state.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say you're a skill position player.
Well, I am.
Right? You're a skill position.
Very
guy,
skilled. I'm
right?
fast. I'm
Yeah,
fast.
You're fast. You're good hands. Like,
Yeah.
okay.
They were okay.
Right? And then let's say, for the sake of this conversation, you went to UN Kearney.
Okay.
For simplicity.
Yep. And I'm all American.
Right? You're all American. And Nebraska goes, hey. Oh, by the way, your dad played here as well.
That'd be impressive.
Second generation, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Shout out my dad.
Right. Shout out to dad.
Hey, shout out Edward Clary.
Right. Shout out to dad. Right. And then dad goes, well, I always wanted you to play for Nebraska, but there was a better situation somewhere else. And you go and excel. So just go be you, son. Go be great.
Oh, thanks, Dad.
And then Nebraska goes, hey, Dad, Ed, what's the number, man? What's it going to take to get Rico back home? There is a number.
Yeah, probably.
There is a number. We're going to find out all that stuff going forward. So think of all the former Husker players who have sons and daughters who are playing sports at a very high level. And then the kids decide to go somewhere else. The families decide they're going to go somewhere else. And then in year 2 or 3, the value has changed, the leverage has changed.
Mm-hmm.
Because of NIL, Nebraska says, hey, we want your son to come home. We want your daughter to come home.
Mm-hmm.
And because of NIL, you can say there's a number. Imagine knowing your number.
I don't know my number.
And imagine the business that's about to be done here.
Do you let them offer you first, or do you shoot them a number if they ask? Like if they ask, what would it take to bring you back? Do you shoot a number back, or do you say, what are you offering?
I think you do whatever it is that you want to do, how you want to do it.
But do you let them put the first number out so you can counter, or do you put a number out? Because what if you put a number out and the number that they were thinking was higher, so they're like, oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah, but you got your number.
But you could have got more.
You could have got more, but you got your number.
That's true.
I'm just saying.
I think I would let them shoot a number out, and then I would, if they said they're not going to miss out on me again, I would throw a number out after they do.
Bro, look.
But also, I have no idea because I ain't never been anywhere close to experience any type of those numbers that these student athletes might be experiencing here in the near future.
But there are families who do.
That's a lot of zeros.
There are families that do.
That'd be nice. Man, I should have been an agent.
I think everybody's going to be an agent here soon. There are going to be a lot of agents in play. So we'll toward the
93.7 The Agency.
Yeah, man.
I think it could work. We're pretty smart.
Hey, Dad.
We're a smart group of people.
Hey, Husker Dads.
We can figure something out.
How are you?
Yeah.
Husker Dads.
Look, all you got to do, you send them to the university.
Omaha.
Get them a show.
Omaha.
I'm saying they could broadcast their themselves, let everybody
Omaha.
know exactly what they're like. You know, it could lead to more opportunities.
Bring me your sons, your daughters.
Yeah. 93.7 The Agency.
You're so funny.
Coming soon.
We didn't mention any names, and I'm really proud of it.
They know.
Rashawn Jackson up next here, the Captain Show, coming up on 93.7 The Ticket.
Allen knows businesses need reliable